guys, and welcome to my channel, Changing Phases Tarot. I'm so happy to have you here with me today. My returning subscribers, thank you very much. I really appreciate all of the likes and the comments. It really does mean a lot to me. And to new viewers, thank you for clicking, and I'm glad that you found me here on YouTube. I do hope that you enjoy the reading today and that the messages will resonate with you. Just keep in mind that these are general readings, so messages may or may not resonate with you. Be sure to check out, in addition to your sun sign, whatever your sun sign might be, also listen to the readings for your moon sign and your rising sign, because sometimes, if one doesn't really resonate, if you listen to all three of them, you will probably get a very good, or a more balanced sort of overview of what is going on or the energy surrounding you during that period. So today's reading, it is a mid-monthly reading for the last 2 weeks of December. So we're looking at the energy surrounding us from December 15th through the end of the month. And for the last 2 weeks, what I'm doing is I'm dividing the reading. So half of the reading is focused on career, finance, jobs, that type of mess, looking at those type of messages coming through. And for that portion of the reading, I will be using the Wisdom of the Oracle deck, and that's by Colette Baron-Reid. And I'm also using some additional Oracle cards this time because I recently acquired a few decks, and so I would like to include them, and I'll probably be using them more in upcoming readings. So I'll be using one card from the Sacred Traveler Oracle card deck, as well as from the Life Purpose Oracle card deck by Doreen Virtue. Okay, and then for the love and relationship and romance portion of the reading, I'll be using the Good Tarot deck by Colette Baron-Reid. And I will be pulling two additional cards, one from the Whispers of Love Oracle card deck, and one card from the Romance Angels deck by Doreen Virtue. So more cards this time. The reading might run a little bit longer, but it's, as it's the last mid-monthly reading for this year, I decided to sort of include a few more cards. If you would like a personal reading, focusing on you, what is going on in your life right now, and it's a good time to do that sort of at the end of the year, beginning of a new year. It's a good time to kind of take a look at what the energies are surrounding you, whether it's in the area of career and finance or love and romance. That would be with a private reading. So if you're interested in that, you can check out my site. There you will find pricing as well as information about the types of readings that I offer. And the site is changingphasestarot.weebly.com. Or you can email me at changingphasestarot@gmail.com. And another thing you might consider, it is the holiday season, whatever that means to you and however you celebrate it. Some people like receiving tarot card readings, right, as a gift. It's something that a lot of people wouldn't necessarily pay to have for them, for themselves. So getting it as a gift, it's a nice surprise. So if you're interested in that, you can also email me and and pay for a reading for somebody else and gift that to them, right, as a holiday gift. So just to keep in mind. But I won't take up any more time talking. I will go ahead and stop this introduction so I can get into the readings for all of the signs. Okay, so thanks again for joining me, and see you in 1 minute for the reading. Hi Scorpio, hope you're doing well and you're having a wonderful month of December. I'm here to do your mid-monthly reading. This is for the energy surrounding us for the last 2 weeks of December, from approximately the 15th through the 31st of December. Obviously, time is malleable, so whenever you hear this is when you're supposed to hear these messages. And the reading focuses on career and finance and love and relationships. As you can see, I already have everything laid out. I'm doing things a little bit differently for the mid-monthly just because I seem to be running way over on time. So I've decided to meditate and shuffle and take the cards off camera and already lay them out here so we can just get right into our reading. Once again, I would just remind you that these are general readings, so the messages may or may not resonate with you. If you'd like a more personalized reading, then you would need to contact me, and we can take a look at specifically what's going on in your life right now. Okay, so beginning with the career and finance, and those will be the cards that you see along the back here. The card that was at the bottom of the deck, so the overall energy for the next 2 weeks, we have the Queen of Fire. This would be the Queen of Wands in the traditional deck. The first card, which is the energy entering these last 2 weeks, we have the Eight of Earth, or the Eight of Pentacles. I love this card. Very beautiful. Followed by 2 Major Arcana cards. So it looks as though there's quite a bit of divine intervention because half of the reading, half of the 4 cards here, are Major Arcana. So the Fool, which is the 0 card in the Major Arcana, and the last card, number 20 of the Major Arcana, Call. This would be the Judgment card in the traditional deck. Okay, so beginning with the Queen of Fire. So fire energy, it's the suit of action, right? And turning our intentions into action. It's a suit of transformation, of creativity, of regeneration, right? It's the work that we do, the day-to-day things that we do, such as our work, our creative projects, creative endeavors. It has to do with our also our drive, right? Our determination, our strength, our ambition, our courage to get things done. And the Queen of Fire, we know when the court cards appear in a reading, they can be an actual person. It might be playing a significant role, right, in our lives over the next couple of weeks. If so, then this might be an older fire sign individual. Would be either a Leo or a Sagittarius or an Aries. Typically an older, this is a queen obviously, would be a woman, but again, for the general readings, they're not gender specific. So it could be an older male or female fire sign that you're dealing with. If it is, this person is really a very energetic individual, very very confident, very attractive and warm, kind of draws people in, right? She's very optimistic about things. She's a strong and capable person as well. Sort of whatever she sets her mind to doing, she does it. And she's usually very busy. She's kind of in a million places at one time, does a million things at one time, very capable at handling different things, right? She sort of sometimes she, in the reverse, sort of the shadow side of this person, she's a little bit, has scattered energies because she is sort of all over the place. She might start a million different projects, but, not be able to bring them all to completion, right? That would be sort of the negative side. But in general, she's a very alluring person, very inspiring, right? Somebody who is really... she's creative. She also likes partnering up with other people, collaborating with other people on creative endeavors, right? So if this is a person, then she's somebody who brings a great deal of passion and creative energy into the next couple of weeks. If this is a situation, or if this is you just taking on the energy of this Queen of Fire. And I do kind of feel it's more you taking on this energy because of the other cards that we have in the reading. This could just be you feeling very fired up, very enthusiastic, really, ready to take on whatever comes at you over the next couple of weeks, and feeling capable and determined to get it done. I say that because we have, the Eight of Earth card, as you enter into the last 2 weeks, shows me that you have been really working on yourself, right? It's sometimes called the Apprentice card, and this is Earth energy, so this has to do with his pentacles, has to do with the material things in life, right? So the career or the job that we have, but more tangible things that come from that. So the material wealth and how this material wealth manifests in the world of form. So it can be our education. It can also be, the money that we make from the job that we do. This can be the material things we are able to buy, so our home, our car, those types of things. It also has to do with working on yourself or working on, thinking of your career, doing things to gain greater expertise in your particular field. So this could be, you might have decided to go back to school and take an additional course to help you. This could have been doing, some on-the-job training, taking some, more training courses at your place of work. Whatever it is, it has to do with gaining more knowledge, learning and employing a new craft or a new skill, really mastering, right? Mastering whatever your skill or your career or your work that you do, mastering that. Um, and you see on this card, it has the violin, and obviously you don't become a virtuoso, right? A master um, violin player overnight. It takes time, it takes dedication, it really takes focusing on, with great attention to detail, mastering that skill, being open and willing to learn as well. Also persevering, very being determined, right? In order for you to become an expert at something, you have to be determined. You have to show determination and really pay attention to detail and, consistently working towards that. Which again, with the energy of this Queen of Fire, somebody who has all the drive and ambition to do this, it definitely seems as though, you have been doing this. You've been able to master this because this is in the past position, which has brought you to these two significant life event major arcana cards here, okay? Full card, beginning with the Fool, this is the 0 card in the major arcana. And the major arcana, they're really more about our spiritual, they're great spiritual lessons, spiritual growth, things that that we go through here in the physical plane that have this sort of divine, it's a divinely guided, or there's some type of divine intervention, divine orchestration at play here, okay? And they range, or they go from the 0 card, which is the Fool, the beginning of the major arcana, all the way through the card number 21, the World card, which is the completion of this very long phase. So, it seems as though you were going through or beginning something new here. Maybe, you were able to master whatever it was you needed to master here, and you are moving on. You're being promoted. You're moving into a higher position, right? You're being called to enter into a more challenging job position. So the Fool is a beginning, and you're feeling very enthusiastic. You're beginning this new, whatever this new thing is. You're a little bit nervous about it because, if you think of the Fool in the traditional tarot deck, he's on the mountain, right? He has sort of one foot on the mountain, so on firm ground, but the other is, off into the air, so stepping out into the unknown. At the same time, trusting in this unknown, right? Trusting in the fact that, by taking this risk, by starting on this new adventure, anything is possible. And really trusting in the universe as well with this divine orchestration that, things will begin to reveal themselves, and the invisible realms will really reveal each step along the way as you go. But it's trusting in this new project or process or adventure or opportunity, right? And again, with the 20, the call card coming immediately after it, this is you're being called to this. Whatever this new thing is, you can trust in it because there is, again, divine intervention here. There is divine orchestration. So there's a true purpose. You're being called to whatever this new opportunity is, and you have everything that you need to really move forward with purpose, to gain or to have a deeper understanding of yourself, but also to gain prosperity, right? To step forward into this true version of yourself. Trusting, again, that your life has this purpose, that there is this divine blueprint, right? You're being called to that. So two very powerful cards as you end December and move into the month of January. So this might be you, leaving something behind here with this Eight of Earth. It's kind of like you've learned everything that you needed to learn to master whatever this is, and now you're feeling very excited and you're setting off on this new adventure. Or this could just be you achieving or obtaining a different like a promotion, something different, but at a different level in your current career, right? There's something big coming in. I mean, I definitely see that, it's exciting. It's new. You're being called to it. You're being led to follow this new thing, and also, you're being guided that it's okay to trust in it. If you had any type of doubt, if there was any type of doubt surrounding this, it's saying that trust in it, take this chance, because there are many wonderful things waiting to come in for you here. And this call card, the number 20, is very clear to it's very close to the World card. And the Judgment, which is what it is in the traditional tarot deck. The Judgment card is all about rebirth, right? It's all about leaving the past behind, having this fresh start, making this judgment call to begin this new thing. So two major, life changing cards here. It's very positive, and you're feeling very excited about it. So, that's wonderful, and especially to have as you begin the new year with. It seems as if you're starting the new year with new things coming in, but they're meant to happen, right? It's divinely guided new opportunities. So that's wonderful. The two cards that you have for the Oracle cards, I'll show you both of them. And then for these Oracle cards, I will read the full description of each one, because I like to get the full meaning for the card. Now you have the Taking Shelter card from the Sacred Traveler deck. And this one says the answers are within. Let me hold this up so you can see it. And it's interesting because we see there's snow on the ground, right? It looks like this time of year, this winter, right? So this is something that, it's happening now. You're being asked to look for the answers within. And you can see that, interesting that she holds this fire, but the fire is sort of within, right? Let me hold this up so you can see this Queen of Wands. Sorry for the glare. There's this heart and this fire within her. So there is something that, if you have been questioning things, it's asking, or it's guiding you really to go within, right? Listen to those inner messages. Trust in your intuition as you move through whatever this major change is. And the other card that you have from the Life Purpose deck by Doreen Virtue, it's Spiritual Teacher. I love this card. It says you heal with your classes, sessions, and seminars. All right, let me read you the descriptions, and then we'll try to tie these in with the overall reading. The Taking Shelter card says, retreat, replenish your inner resources, incubate your ideas for the future, renew your energy, do whatever you need to do to care for yourself, mend physical objects in your home, organize your possessions, and heal relationships. Protect yourself from less than positive outside forces. Clutter clear, but at the same time, gather your resources around you. You are preparing for a kind of springtime energy in your life. But take care of the details and create a foundation now, before this spurt of energy. Otherwise, it can seem overwhelming. The Sacred Traveler wants you to know, when winter comes or a storm threatens, the traveler takes shelter. It is a time of incubation, retreat, and gathering of inner resources. It's time to plan and prepare for the future and for springtime, new beginnings, and a new cycle. The full card is all about the new cycle. The traveler knows the importance of rest and recuperation. Take care of your body and your health. Watch your dreams for insights about the future. Repair whatever needs to be repaired in your life. And this might be happening with the with this call card. If you look at the number 20, 2 plus 0 is 2, could be happening around February. If we think of, if these changes are beginning now in the winter, in December, moving through December and January, February is kind of coming out of the winter into moving into the spring, which is when it's talking about that these changes, you might be embarking on this new adventure now, this new cycle. It might not fully manifest until, closer to the end of winter, moving into the springtime, but it's definitely happening, right? It's beginning now. And then you have the spiritual teacher card, which says, you are a healer who reaches your audience with words. You teach in a way that brings healing blessings to your clients, readers, and listeners. You even do so with your friends and family. In fact, people seek you out for guidance, including strangers who tell you their intimate secrets and pressing problems. Your trustworthy nature and shining inner light signal to others that you're a natural-born spiritual teacher. This card indicates that you wish to be a spiritual teacher for the joy of it, without ego concerns about fame or fortune. You are a natural channeler who brings divine guidance to others who ask you questions about their lives. You're also acutely observant about human nature, especially as it relates to the spiritual path. As a result, you bring a unique voice to the field of spiritual teaching. As long as you remain focused on service and being your natural self, you'll find a wide and receptive audience for your work. Take a moment now and ask your guardian angels, what is the next step for me to take upon my pathway as a spiritual teacher? Notice the thoughts, feelings, and signs that come to you as answers, and continue asking the angels for additional clarification. So, with this card, this could be you. And this doesn't necessarily mean that, you're going to, give up your day job and begin working as a spiritual teacher. No, not necessarily. But this could be something that you do, on the side as something different. This could be a calling, right? You could be called to do this. And with this new cycle card, right, the Fool card, and also knowing that, Scorpio is a water sign, and water signs, they're very good at using their intuition. Many Scorpios have heightened sense of intuition, are very good at sort of reading people's feelings and things like that. So this could be something that you maybe you've been thinking about for a while, and now it's you're sort of giving more thought to this, using your your natural talent, your natural abilities to help other people. And this is important, right? It's important to not everybody is able to develop the gift. Everybody has intuition. Not everybody uses it, right, and trusts in intuition. But it's it seems as though there is something, and with the major arcana is this divine calling, right, or this divine orchestration here. There could be something where you do start to use your healing, right? You do try to use your natural talent, your spiritual abilities to help others. So that's wonderful. And really great cards for the beginning of the year, right? Ending December, beginning of January. Moving on to the romance and relationships part of the reading. The overall energy that we have, so the card that was at the bottom of the deck, overall energy for the 2 weeks, is card number 47, Go the Distance. Okay, let me set that here. And the beginning card, so the beginning energy, or energy as we are moving into these last 2 weeks of the month, we have card number 45, Time to Go. That's followed by card number 11, By the Book. And the outbound energy is card number 21, Clean It Up. And then I did pull 2 additional oracle cards. Let me position the camera a little bit. There we go. That way you can see the other cards. And I will read the meanings for the 2 oracle cards. But one is from the Whispers of Love deck, right? And that card is the Rest and Relaxation as Essential card. And the other card is Honeymoon, which comes from the Romance Angels Oracle card deck, which talks about enjoying the bliss of holiday time together. We'll get into those two. So starting off with the Go the Distance card. So this is card number 47 from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. And this card speaks of endurance, right? And the inner strength that we need to kind of go the distance, right? The long haul. And it's all about bringing dreams to life. It's all about manifesting, right? Staying focused on the prize, on the end goal here, and going the distance to achieve it. Also remembering that in life is certainly not a 100-meter sprint. Life is all about the endurance. It's the marathon. It's focusing on the end prize or goal and going the distance, right? Really having the inner power and the inner strength to get you there. So if we try to tie this in with a relationship, you could be either calling in this type of harmonious relationship that can really stand the test of time, or you might currently be in a relationship. And if you are, then, this card says that for some Scorpios out there, this relationship that you're in can really stand the test of time, for better, for worse, the ups and the downs, whatever happens between or with the two of you, you can sort of withstand the obstacles and make it through and have endurance, be dedicated and make it through it. So it's long lasting, a very harmonious and long lasting relationship. Now let's see how this ties in with the other cards here, because the first card, which is card number 45, is a card that speaks of endings, of completing something, of walking away from something, right? And you see that the woman, she's on this, looks like kind of like a pier, as it's made of wood and walking up, but she's heading towards this doorway. So she's walking away from something here. So this might be you ending, right, one journey, or ending a certain chapter or cycle in your life. You're not quite at, or you haven't quite begun the next one, but you're really kind of looking over things, right? Looking over experiences so far, taking stock of what you've learned. But then you're moving towards this new thing. So if we're thinking about a relationship here, this could be leaving one part or one chapter of the relationship behind, right, and letting go. It could be, for some people, this could actually be leaving a relationship, right? So breaking up with somebody, drifting apart from the other person, ending a particular soul contract. If you had a soul contract, you had a soulmate in your life, you could be walking away from that. But it's really about releasing, right? It's a card that speaks of, it's not a bad card, it's just about, needing to release certain things in order to move forward. It does have, if you think of that, there's also that saying, if you love something, let it go, right? And if it comes back to you, then it's yours. And if it doesn't, then it was never yours to begin with, or it was never meant to be. Also, endings are always new beginnings, right? If we think of in the tarot, pens, which are endings, they bring in aces, which are new beginnings. So, it could be you walking away from a certain, again, a chapter in your life, or this could be you ending, moving from one phase of the relationship into the other, right, into another. But whatever it is, it's really about letting go of something and then moving towards the new thing and focusing on whatever this is in the distance, much like the Go the Distance card. you're focusing on whatever that, the prize is, or the finish line, whatever that is for you. As you move through this, we have the middle of the reading. So in the present, when present, time being malleable, and whenever you hear this, that would be the present. So this could have been in the past. Maybe in the past, you did leave something behind, or you did release something, right? You could have been a previous relationship, could have been a chapter in your current relationship, but you left a phase of it behind, and now you're here at this by the book card, which is an interesting card because it tells you that, or it encourages you at this time to really respect tradition and customs and universal laws, abiding by social rules. It's interesting because the elephants are they're marching backwards. You see how they're marching along like elephants usually do. You see how they're holding the tail with the trunk, but they're heading backwards, and it's like they're looking back at this card here, this time to go card. So this could have to do with, you needing to follow this, or do things by the book, play by societal norms. And, but it has something to do with this time to go card, something to do with what this relationship that you released, or the relationship that you were in. It also reminds us that, in dealing with other people and getting along with other people, and, dealing with people in a relationship, it has to do with understanding, right? And respecting those people, and also respecting who they are based on their upbringing, how they were raised. They might come from a different background than you do, right? A different culture, a different experience. So finding that middle ground, kind of playing things by the book in order to find this middle ground, in order to strengthen the connection and relationship that you have with the other person, right? And then the last card, the 21, has to do with, well, it's called Clean It Up. It's a card that has to do with, it can be cleaning house, kind of getting rid of what no longer serves you, what you no longer need. It can also have to do with getting to, the core of a situation, clearing up doubt, right? Really getting to sort of airing your differences, putting things out there, so you can really say what's on your mind, sweep away, old things, old beliefs, things that no longer serve you, in order to really sort of clean up and bring new life into, kind of like spring cleaning, bring new life into the relationship. And obviously when you come into a relationship, everybody, you don't just, you're not plopped into the relationship with zero past experiences, zero, past baggage, really, right? Everybody brings in some type of baggage to the relationship. And so it's all about, and I think it does go back to this releasing, right? And finding this common ground, because you're being asked to really, sort through what you came into that relationship with, or if you're not currently in a relationship, what you're bringing into a new relationship. If you're releasing something, you're sort of trying to find this common ground with another person. If you're entering into this new relationship, sort through what you're bringing into the relationship, and let go of, get rid of what no longer serves you. Don't hold on to, if you had difficult relationships in the past, and hurt and regret, and things related to those past relationships. Let go of that. Don't allow that to come into this new relationship and to clutter this new relationship. Because it does seem, going back to the overall energy, that if you're in this particular relationship, it's one that's, it will go the distance. It has staying power. And if you're not, and you're calling in this new relationship, again, it has great potential. You can't have this new wonderful, or this new phase of a relationship, unless you let go of other, these past, this past baggage. So More about working on yourself, it seems like, and, reevaluating or evaluating, um, yeah, a lot of self kind of evaluation and finding the common ground. But whatever this relationship is, or one that is, you know, looks like it's on the horizon here, it's a good one and it has staying power. So, don't allow these past things to influence whatever this new wonderful thing is coming in. And I'll read you the two oracle cards. The first one says, rest and relaxation is essential. We all have a fundamental need to take breaks. We are at our best when we balance all aspects of our lives. Love yourself and the people in your life enough to create an environment that allows everyone the opportunity to take care of their needs. When we are rested, we are at our best and able to fully appreciate all that life offers. So, again, doing things by the book, finding that middle ground, giving the other person the space that they need, right, to express themselves, and seeing their point of view, and also, taking care of ourselves. So again, this self-care is needed here, as being asked, you're being asked to focus on that over the next couple of weeks. And the honeymoon card says, this card indicates the need for a getaway to nurture romantic love. The specific application of this message depends upon the person who is inquiring. For some, this card has a literal meaning. You are going away with your new spouse following your wedding. For those already in a long-time partnership, this card speaks to reigniting the spark by taking a romantic holiday. It can also relate to the honeymoon period of a new relationship. And for still others, this card indicates that you will meet someone special while on a vacation. But, it does talk about this holiday time, and we are in the holiday season. So, there could be this new relationship on the horizon, or there could be this renewal of, releasing of certain things, leaving that behind and moving into this new, cleaner, uncluttered, more open phase of the relationship. So interesting spread here for you, Scorpio. I do hope the messages have helped you in some way. I look forward to reading for you again next month. And just know that I'm sending you all much peace, love, and life for a wonderful rest of 2017 and holiday season. Bye.